Hello, I'm Ashley and welcome to my next review for the Barbican Young Reviewers. Now today, I'm off to see a play called The Winter's Tale, which was written by the English playwright, poet and actor called William Shakespeare. Now, The Winter's Tale is all about the story of a delusional king who basically decides to tear his family apart after becoming sick with paranoia and doubt, which sounds pretty intense. So I'm looking forward to seeing just what exactly happens. Now, The Winter's Tale has been presented by the international touring theatre company called Jowl, who were first set up in 1981. Wow, it's been a long time. They have been touring around the world internationally, presenting productions in English, French and Russian, and that's pretty amazing stuff. So I'm excited to see just exactly what they pull out the bag for tonight's production. Now, because the play was written between 1610 to 1611, one big question that I have is just whether the themes that are brought up in the play are relevant for the audience in 2017 today. So let's just see what happens. So I've got my ticket, now it's time to go in. So I've just come out of watching The Winter's Tale and my gosh, it really brought up a lot of emotions within me. So The Winter's Tale all begins with a mad king called Leontes and his wife Hermione, who's pregnant at the time. Once she gave birth to their daughter, the daughter was left as a baby and kind of left to be abandoned alone. And you kind of slowly watch as his mind unravels through doubt and suspicion towards his best friend, and as he believes that his best friend and his wife have cheated and left him cold. And what it brought to my mind was a lot about power in terms of what being a male means in such a patriarchal society. No matter if he was clearly crazy, his ideas had to be followed through, and that led to a magnificent court scene and the use of using kind of technology through the use of filming, the actors as they spoke, and you got to really be immersed in the action. It almost felt you were watching a television show. Also, I really loved the use of the stage design. It was quite minimal, so basically it was pretty much white boxes, and it was kind of what you would call a storage unit. It was used as symbolically as the moving of a clock. So to signal kind of a shift in years and a shift in time, the actual crate itself moved. The music was brilliant. What they tend to use quite natural music and quite natural sound effects. So it was at times using the piano or the guitar, but also using thunder and lightning and rain and all these kind of alarming sounds, so you always felt quite on edge. And what was used effectively was the use of lighting. So at some stages, when Leontes was actually going crazy and actually was green with envy, surely enough, the lighting also was actually green, and that really kind of added the emphasis towards the play. I guess possibly the one thing that I didn't enjoy as much was having to pay attention for long periods of time to the Shakespearean language. But I think the one thing that Jowl really did with their production, which was really effective, is on one hand they also used, it was a captioned performance, so if at any times you were lost with what exactly did the actor say, or maybe you didn't understand a certain word, you were able to see it in real time on the screen. And that's the first time I've ever actually seen a captioned performance, and I think it really did help. And also what I think was the biggest kind of strength of this production was that they bridged the gap between the old Shakespearean text and made it current and relatable in a modern setting for the audience today. And I think that was one of my biggest questions of whether that could actually be fulfilled, and it was. They did it through funny ways, through a kind of Jeremy Kyle inspired talk show, and also throughout the different moments in the play, you got to see the characters using phones and using them as selfies, and also we've got the use of guitars. We had an airport scenario as well. These things that you subconsciously identify with, and it's smart and it's clever because it means that Shakespeare can be for the audience in 2017. And I feel like theatre is something that shouldn't be restricted to a certain age group or shouldn't be restricted to a certain type of individual. It should be for everyone, and moments like this remind me that theatre is art and it should be celebrated. Be sure to catch our next Barbican Young Review next week Monday, and thank you for watching.